Welcome to yet another edition of Razorsharks Weekly. I'm your host, John Ditullio. This week we are broadcasting from Matthews on East Avenue. And of course, wouldn't be a Razorsharks Weekly without the all-time leading scorer in Big East Conference history, and of course, the great Syracuse University history. We bring in the head coach of the Razorsharks, Lawrence Moten. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, JT. How you doing?
Last time we spoke, you're getting ready to take on Buffalo.
Yes.
Pounded them.
Yes.
10 wins in a row. What's been the key or keys in this incredible run that you guys are on right now?
Yeah, well, 10 in a row is always good. You know, the guys are trusting in each other, playing well, you know, offensively, and at the end of the day, you know, you score more points, you win games. And we've been averaging about 110 points a game, and you know, guys have been really playing well and buying into my system. And like I said, it makes it very easy when guys listen.
Well, it seems like you kept it simple. Is that safe to say that you've kept it simple with the guys for the most part?
Yeah, well, JT, it doesn't take a rocket scientist. It's all about having them understand, you know, what you bring into this game and how to press each and every one of them buttons, because you're dealing with 15 different emotions.
Yeah.
People need to really understand that. And like I said, the guys are buying into what I'm saying. You know, we got some great assistants that are helping out, and just trying to win this championship. I'm not settling for anything less.
How spirited are practices when you're rolling like this? Easier to get their attention or harder when they're rolling this hard?
Well, plain and simple, I try to make all my practices like a competition. So nobody likes to lose. You know, so, you know, the guys are working hard, you know, we're stressing a lot, you know, on defense, being successful to help us be successful. And guys are learning their roles, you know. Each game has been a progress, but like I said, this is the second half of the season. This is the second half, and we're trying to get this championship run, and it's all going to take trust and commitment.
Would you like what you did well against Buffalo last week?
I really like the way the guys are just really buying into stopping players, stopping teams, you know. I'm big on defense, you know. We talked about it earlier as far as, you know, you had the #1 football team as far as the Broncos and the #1 defense. So I'll take defense any day, JT.
It always seems to win, right? Defense always trumps offense?
Always, always, no matter what. You know, it's about guys buying into the system, believing in their roles, and one stop is always good.
When you had that week off, or it seemed like forever, would you guys do it? Did that time off help, you think?
Well, you know,
even more so?
Well, what I did was, for the whole process of the week off, before I actually took my break, I evaluated the guys. I gave them like a progress report, almost like a teacher in aspects, you know, because not only am I a mentor, not only am I a coach, I'm a teacher also, and I evaluated the guys, and I told them, you know, what I thought they did well and what I think they need to work on in order for us to make this championship run and be successful as a whole. And you know, it's good to also take a break, 1 or 2 days off, you know, get off your legs and relax and enjoy your family. You know, I got a chance to go back home. I flew home to my family.
Nice.
And you know, got to see my girls play. You know, they lost in the semifinals, you know, but that was always a joy. But now it's time to come back here and start this next journey.
Are you, when you're watching those games, are you Daddy Moten or Coach Moten? Are you intense watching those games? Are you calling fouls?
No,
Are you going Boeheim all over the place?
I'm Daddy. No, I'm not going Boeheim all over the place. Inside I am, but I actually don't show it. But I'm also a stern believer in, you know, they hear what I say. So I might, you know, the same way I teach my players here, 2-hand rebounds, you know, hold your follow through. These are the same things I stress to my daughters also.
They feel, I think it's got to be tough on them having Moten as the last name.
Well,
that's tough on them, right?
No, it's not tough on them. Yeah, I really have 2 beautiful daughters. You know, one of them, I have a young one that's also a cook. She's 13 and she can cook.
Come on,
yeah,
cook.
She cooks everything. She's always talking about her own bakery already.
Where'd you get this? Is that from you or from the missus?
Well, a little bit both. I'm a good cook too, JT.
Come on.
Most definitely, man. I'm a man of, I'm a connoisseur. I'm a food connoisseur
really
also. Definitely.
What's your best dish? If I
My
say,
best dish?
Yeah, what's your go-to dish?
A grilled salmon with a baked potato, corn on the cob, maybe some cabbage.
See, I can't get by salmon. I don't know what it is.
You don't like salmon?
Salmon's like, you know, it's like the Seahawks defense. I can't get by it.
Well, you do tilapia?
Big fan of tilapia.
Okay, I do steak and mushrooms, you know, T-bone steak, you know. Yeah, when you travel all over the world like I did, I've been blessed to, you have to learn how to cook on your own.
Man, you can cook, you've got that body spray stuff going, Lawrence?
Yeah, you like that, huh?
You're on fire, my man. You're on fire. You said something interesting that I want to get to real quick. When you do those assessments of the players, is that individual or are you doing it as a group?
That's a great question. Great question. You know, I do it individually, but I also let my teammates know that I do explain it to them in a group setting because it's very important, you know, to let everybody hear it, to understand, you know, their role, what they can do better as a team. So that was a great question, JT.
If you want to assess how I'm doing, you could tell the audience, or we could do it in private session. That's completely up to you.
Well, we're doing it
buddy.
in private, but I'll assess it right now. Right now, I think I'll give us an A+. You know, we flow like the river, and we're all about winning.
He's poetry all day. We're going to take a quick break. We come on back. Former Syracuse star Louie McCroskey will join us here on Razorsharks Weekly, right here on Time Warner Cable Sports.
It's been the same here, you know. The fans are really great and supportive, and everywhere I go, they seem to love basketball, so that's cool with me.
All right, welcome back to Razorsharks Weekly. We're here at Matthews on East Avenue, now joined by current Rochester Razorhsarks. Many Syracuse fans will recognize this guy, Louie McCroskey. Louie, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, first of all, let's talk about, you know, being in Rochester with the Sharks and being reunited with another former Syracuse great, Lawrence Moten.
It's been a great experience. I played against the Razorsharks a few years ago, and I heard it was a first-class organization, and now being a member of the Razorsharks, I see firsthand.
And you bounced around. You went to, as we were just talking, you're in Colombia, were you in Finland, and you're up in Canada. Just talk about just bouncing around from country to country, just trying to, you know, keep your professional career going.
Yeah, it's been a great learning experience. You know, everywhere I go, you know, the people treat me pretty good in Canada and Colombia, and it's been the same here. You know, the fans are really great and supportive, and everywhere I go, they seem to love basketball, so that's cool with me.
You feel like you have found a home here, or it's a good fit for you to kind of get your career back where you want it?
Definitely. You know, I've been to Rochester one time before at my time in Syracuse, and it has that same Syracuse feel, so, you know, I feel really comfortable here.
With Louie McCroskey, of course, who won a state championship at St. Raymond's out of the Bronx. Then you end up at Syracuse. Just talk about that, from going from the Bronx to Syracuse, a year removed from Carmelo Anthony taking SU to the national championship. Was SU your number one choice, or were there other schools involved?
To be honest, I was kind of an under the radar guy. I just really worked hard and, you know, blossomed, I guess, at the right time. I didn't really have many schools coming out. You know, Syracuse just came at the right time. I believe they was looking at Demetrius Nichols, and we've been on the same team in Adidas basketball camp. And, you know, from there they started coming to my games, and, you know, things just started to happen at the right time.
And then you spent 3 years there before transferring to Marist. When you look back at your time at SU, what do you regret? What do you think most about?
Just a maturity level. You know, I was pretty much on my own at SU, and I had to make all the decisions on my own, you know, so, I mean, SU was a great learning experience. I learned from Coach. You know, he taught me a lot about life and, you know, how to handle the ups and downs. And at that point, after my third year, I just felt like I needed a change. It was, you know, nothing personal. And I can still consider myself a part of the SU family. It's just sometimes you need to make decisions for you.
When you say you make decisions on your own, what do you mean by that?
Meaning, like, most guys, they got like parents around or people involved. You know, I was kind of a 19-year-old kid, you know, making grown decisions for myself. So, you know, when you don't have that support system per se, you know, you got to do what you got to do.
Did Coach try to talk you out from leaving to Marist, or did he feel like it's time for you to go?
No, he definitely wanted me to stay, but he also wanted me to do what was best for me. And at the time, I just wanted to be happy, and I feel like I made the right choice.
And what was your 1 year at Marist like?
Oh, it was great. It was great. You know, I got a chance to play. I got a chance to gain confidence. I got a chance to get better, and just be around, you know, different people. Marist is a lot smaller school, and that's kind of my style. I'm like low key, so it was a perfect fit.
Louie McCroskey here. You said something interesting. You consider yourself still. I mean, you played 3 years at SU. You feel as if you're still part of the SU family.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I had a lot of success there. You know, I learned how to drive there. You know, things that don't have to do anything with basketball. You know, people don't think about. But you know, I grew up as a person there, and all of my friends are from Syracuse, so it's not like I got any hate or anything like that. You know, it's all love for me.
Do you still take what Coach Boeheim told you and taught you then? You still use that now as you move forward with your professional career?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, something as you gain as you get older is perspective, right? So, you know, at 19, I'm not the same person that I am, you know, now, 28. So, you know, and I know that coach has a tough job to do. And when you get to that level, everybody wants to play. But if you're not ready to play, then you got to go somewhere where you can get better.
I'm figuring, how did St. John's let you? You're the Bronx here in Queens. How did they not get you to go to Queens?
I know. To be honest, I probably wouldn't have went there anyway. I like to travel a lot, so I want to get away from the city. So that wouldn't have been a good fit anyway.
So if they would, did they even recruit you or not?
No, they didn't recruit a lot of guys. You'd be surprised. Chris Taft was in my year. He didn't even get recruited by them.
You not recruit your backyard.
Yeah.
Well, explains why St. John's has been down for so long. But Louie McCroskey's not down. He is back here with the Rochester Razorhsarks. And you guys are rolling right now. Talk about the chemistry this team has winning the last 10.
We do definitely got chemistry, and I think guys are finally listening to what coach is saying. And we just getting a chance to know each other and know each other's game. So things have been going really well.
Louie McCroskey, former Syracuse star, played 3 years there, 1 year at Marist. Catch him more with the Razorsharks, who are back at home March the 8th against Erie. We'll take a break, back with more Razorsharks Weekly from Matthews here on East Avenue, right here on the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Hi, welcome back to Razorsharks Weekly. I'm John Ditullio. We're trying something new this week on the show. It's called Mic'd Up. It's a new segment where we take you behind the scenes leading up to game time tip-off. This week, we introduce you to Reggie Stallings, one of the more outgoing players this year on the Razorsharks roster.
Oh, you missed. Really? Ooh. Right.
Your pregame ritual, how important is it to you for having a good game?
Oh, it's very, very important. The pregame ritual to get you an opportunity to get loose, get your legs under you, get some shots up. Yep. Okay. Same thing. I get it up. Going in, Jazz.
Is there anything you especially try to do?
I try to get some set three-point shooting in, some step backs. I do all my ritual moves, all the things I work on. I work on my craft, and I try to perfect that and shoot around so in the game I can knock them down. Yeah. Spot me. Yeah. Boom. All right. It's a hard move, man.
I know. When you do it, you gotta go here. Here. Swing by. Yeah, I feel you on me. I'm slowing it down.
Then you step on 9-1 motion. So. Okay. Feel good though. Feel good. That's good. I rip through. Boom. Boom. It's gonna be difficult here.
Can you tell when you go out to the court to play the game if your routine has been good that you'll have a decent game?
Yes, of course. If I come into the court with my pregame routine and I'm halving it, I can tell my shots. My legs will not be under me, and you can definitely tell.
And it has to be just so, right? Same every time.
Same every time. Wow, good shot. Hey! Black and yellow, black and yellow, and yellow, and yellow. Rap dig. Aaron. Aaron. Go back. And what? Hey. No, man. No, man. Oh, my God. Hey, Mookie Jones.
One final segment to go. We'll have more with Razorsharks head coach Lawrence Moten here at Matthews on East Avenue as we continue with more of Razorsharks Weekly on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
I can expect another victory. If we do, we have to do.
I like the confidence.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, expect another victory. If we do, we have to do.
Welcome back. Our final segment here with Razorsharks head coach Lawrence Moten. Now, here's a programming note or schedule note. Next home game, March 8th against Erie. Big scoop.
Yeah.
Could have a special guest on the bench with you or in the arena for that game.
Yeah, special guest that we have coming. You know, hopefully it'll be Pearl Washington.
Ooh.
Very good point guard. You know, Syracuse legend. Very personal friend of mine. I consider him a big brother, and he'll come and give us some support as a Razorshark family, and understand that we're trying to bring the Razorshark family together with the Cuse family, because it's all one now. It's all one now.
One of my all-time faves.
Yes.
Of course, yourself.
For sure.
Wallace,
Definitely.
Coleman,
Definitely.
Pearl, good stuff.
Definitely.
Now, you're on the road this coming Sunday. You're at Lynchburg, Virginia. What
Yes.
can you expect?
I can expect another victory. If we do, we have to do.
I like the confidence.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, expect another victory. If we do, we have to do, and that's play our game, trusting each other and play solid defense. Right now, I think Lynchburg is 0-7, so I don't plan on them beating us at all.
Can you be overconfident going into this game? Do you think? I'm here a little overconfidence.
I mean, it's not overconfidence. It's just about knowing your team and believing in your system and what you do. And if you do that, everything else will take care of itself. And I know that if we're committed to playing solid defense, knocking down shots, and hitting our free throws, we shouldn't have any problem. But like I said, 0-7, I'm not a big believer in that.
I'm saying 11 in a row for the Sharks.
That sounds good. I'm
Right.
saying that also.
Well, before we go, I've got to ask you about what happened last Saturday at Cameron Indoor.
Yeah.
Closing seconds. I didn't like the call. I thought it was a block or a non-call. But what bothered me was it didn't bother me, but Begheim runs out there on the court, which is great.
Yeah.
But they're only down 2,
Yeah.
and Duke could have had to inbound the ball, so a lot of things could have happened. Let's start with Jim Boeheim running out on the court and getting a double technical. Did that bother you?
I mean, I know Coach personally, and I'm here to tell you, that was a bad call. That was a bad call. That was a bad call.
You're tossed, Lawrence.
That was a bad call. So I'm gonna end it on that. You know, if worse, play on. At worst, play on. At worst, play on. Don't call the foul. We got a tie ball game going into about 1:50 left, but. That was a bad call, and you knew what she was doing.
Is he trying
what she was doing.
Is he trying to work the officials for the upcoming ACC tournament, for the NCAA tournament, or the next time he may play that they play Duke?
Like I said, the funny part about it is this is what we see in the locker room. So this is nothing new to me. It was just funny that you guys got a chance to see Boeheim's emotion, and he's a great coach. And we're going to be fine, Coach. Keep it up.
I was surprised by C.J. Fair. Almost said, I don't know what the coach was doing. It kind of cost us the game. Were you surprised C.J. Fair said that after?
Well, C.J.'s a low-key type of guy. He's kind of quiet and, simple. But Bay doesn't care.
Would you? Well, see, the block has always bothered me, or the charge, because it's it's never consistently called.
Yeah.
And with the new rules, I thought that it's either a block or a non-call.
Yeah.
I thought the Benajay call
Was a block.
Was a block.
Was a block.
And they
Plain
did
and
call
simple.
it a block.
And they did
right
call it a
call.
block,
And I
so-
thought the fair thing was on Hood,
Yes.
same call. It should have been a block.
Yes, it was. You know, great college game, great atmosphere. But, you know, situation, sad that it had to end like that. But I do know for a fact that Coach Boeheim, the next time going down to Cameron Indoor Stadium, he's going to want to get that victory personally.
Are you worried about your alma mater? Are they just in a slump or are they being exposed?
It's called just right now, just figuring out, you know, getting the chemistry back together. Every team goes through it.
Yeah.
You know, it's simple. You know, 25-2, JT. What more you want? 25-2.
Worried about a top seed in the upcoming tournament?
Well, that's the game plan. You know, to get one of those 1 seeds in March Madness, and hopefully we can stay on the East Coast and try to make our run there.
Yeah, they could be in Buffalo and in New York.
Hey.
They may not have to leave the state.
That's the game plan, to be honest
That's what we're
with you.
talking about.
Yes.
Lawrence Moten and his alma mater are looking to bounce back. And, of course, Virginia, we're looking to make it 11 straight wins.
Yep, that's the game plan. And like I said, if we come and do what we have to do as far as playing solid defense, trusting each other, and everybody else playing their roles, we shouldn't have a problem.
By the way, you intimidated me when you got up on my grill.
Because that was a bad call.
Hey,
Bad call.
I'm thinking, I'm thinking you got it in you. I think
I
you
mean, I got a little fire in me, man.
You know, Boeheim, you never been ejected before in a game.
Yes, and like I said, it was a sight to see. You know, it was truly a sight to see. But me being a personal player of coaches and understanding his personality, understanding his emotion, it didn't surprise me.
Well, good stuff, buddy.
Yeah.
Good luck against
Yeah.
Virginia.
Yeah.
Lawrence Moten, the all-time leading scorer at Syracuse, also the Big East. We tape on Mondays. We're here at Matthews on East Avenue, and you can watch Razorsharks Weekly every Friday on the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel beginning at 4 o'clock. For Lawrence Moten, I'm John Ditullio. We'll talk to you again next week right here on yet another edition of Razorsharks Weekly.
You got two. That's the box. One.